So with the Colorless Queen baning our existences, we have Garland and his EX. So we're here with the importance of Garland for the Chaos era. Now you may be asking, why am I not mentioning Warrior of Light in that? There's no point. Warrior of Light, he's important for Chaos. There you go. Have at it. Go get him. So really, all Warrior of Light got with his EX Plus was just more damage, more increases to the health and the brave that he regains, and overflow, and more hits. Like, he actually has like the most mediocre upgrades when it comes to an EX Plus weapon that we're gonna be seeing in the future. But it's just, he doesn't need it. He really doesn't. Warrior of Light is still the champion that he is and will always be. He's Captain America for a reason. So really, you only really got to get him to 1 out of 3 limit breaks, and you'll be good to go. That's pretty much that. Warrior of Light is still fantastic. If you do not have any of his gear, that is good enough a reason to pull on this banner. If you are not saving for Ultimecia, that is. If you are saving for Ultimecia, and you just don't have him, it's really up to you, but Ultimecia, everyone will tell you that you really should get her. But anyway, so the importance of Garland for the Chaos era, let's go ahead and talk about what he gets. First off, let's start with his 2 frame buffs. So his 1 frame buff is a stackable frame buff that gives him 10% attack and max brave per stack. When it gets up to 5 stacks, it will give him the plus versions of his abilities. And we'll talk about those when we get there. And his 2nd frame buff is an increase to his attack and max brave. I don't remember the percentages. I believe the attack was 40%, and the max brave was 20%. I think that's how it is. But anyway, the main meat of this frame buff is while this frame buff is active, any enemy that Garland hits will be delayed by 1 turn. That is great. And keep what I said in mind, hits. It doesn't matter if he's doing HP damage to the target or to the enemy or not, as long as he hits them. So that follows up with the move Round Edge. Round Edge is an AoE single target HP attack. So the brave hits are AoE, but the HP damage is single target. So if you have that buff up and you're fighting multiple enemies and you use Round Edge, you'll actually delay every enemy on the field by 1 turn. That's awesome. His 2nd ability, Soul of Chaos, is a 5-hit single target HP attack. In its plus variant, it gains just more hits and more overflow. Same thing with Round Edge. Round Edge will go from 2 hits to 4 with it. And Soul of Chaos, what it does is if you break a target while using this, you'll get access to the frame buff. So there are multiple ways of activating this frame buff to get him to delay the target by 1 turn. His Round Edge will give him 3 stacks of his stackable frame buff, while Soul Edge gives him 2. And then Disaster of Chaos, which is his EX ability, is... Okay, I've been practicing this. Is a 1-hit single target HP attack, followed by a 2-hit single target HP attack, followed by a 3-hit single target HP attack, followed by a 4-hit single target HP attack. Got it. Lots of brave damage potency. I think it's sitting at like 640%. As well as immediately activating that frame buff for 2 turns, and delaying the target upon using the EX. Really, really nice. Love it. And then a C65 gives him 2 turns of that frame buff, increasing his brave by 100% of his attacks, and increasing his attack by 20%, I believe, something like that. Yeah. So he has pretty much 3 ways of getting this delaying debuff. With his 2nd ability, Soul of Chaos, his EX ability, and his Set Soul Conflict, which is really awesome. He has multiple ways of getting delay effects in, so he's a really hard-hitting DPS with some delay tactics fleshed in there. His EX Plus, 0 out of 3, gives him 2 stacks of his stackable frame buff at the start of the quest, which is really nice, because you can just shoot off a Round Edge, and he's immediately set up with all of his abilities going plus. At 1 out of 3 limit break, it increases damage potency of his EX to 700%. 2 out of 3 just increases his attack and max brave even further. Now, 3 out of 3 will actually give him the ability to raise his brave based off of 20% of the damage dealt when using his EX. So on every single hit after he deals HP damage, he will increase his brave by 20%, which is really nice because that helps him do more damage. So when he does the 1-hit, the 1-hit will follow up into the 2-hit. It starts from the 2-hit and on. The 1-hit does not get it. The 2-hit after the 2-hit, his Brave will raise, followed by the 3-hit, his Brave will raise, and then followed by the 4-hit, and his Brave will raise after the 4-hit. So it keeps him at a good enough Brave even after the 4-hit, so it could save him from a break as well. Just really nice. So yeah, that's the gist of Garland. That's what we have. So is he important for the Chaos Era? So let's get one thing straight. Garland is a fantastic DPS unit with great delay tactics thrown in there. The delay that he offers to the team is really easy to come by and can really help you set up for some really good control, especially if you pair him alongside a Cloud. Your opponents will rarely see a turn, and not to mention, he just hits dumb hard. The thing is with Garland, as many of our early Chaos characters, he will be outshined in the future. It's just the way of the game. He's going to get power crept even further, and then we're going to have some characters who can do what he does even better in the form of Vayne. When Vayne's Lost Chapters roll around, and General Leo, who I believe is from Final Fantasy 6 or 5. I don't remember quite much because those were the only one of the few that I didn't play. Anyway, General Leo will be another character that comes out, and then much later down the road, when Quistis finally gets her EX plus, she'll take Delay Queen. She'll become the Delay Queen yet again. So the thing with Garland really is right now, if you were to pull from him right now, he's a fantastically strong DPS unit. He does a lot of damage and he hits really hard, albeit being single target damage, which is fine. That's what he's centered around. So it's kind of hard to give him a proper judgment. I want to say he's semi-important, only because he's a character that you can pass on, but if you are in need of a DPS, he could be someone good to pull for. The only other unfortunate thing is he comes out right before Ultimecia, who Ultimecia is a magic damage dealing unit with some really crazy abilities, and that's pretty much what everyone is focusing on right now. So given the placement of when he comes out, it's really unfortunate. So that's also another thing that's hindering his importance for the Chaos Era, because immediately we're going to be following up with a character with super strong mechanics. So my judgment, my verdict on Garland for the Chaos Era is I believe he's semi-important. He's a character who will do the job if you need him, but if you don't need a character in DPS, if you have Cloud or someone built up, if you're looking to get Ultimecia right after him, if you're looking to build up even maybe Squall when his EX plus drops, if you have Tigidus and his EX plus, I believe it's safe to say that you could skip Garland. But if you are in need of a good DPS for the Chaos Era, Garland will fill that role, and he will do it with flying colors. I would love to give him a higher praise, considering he's an all-time favorite of mine, personally. But I believe that's a suitable judgment for our big man here. And yeah, that'll do it. I have taken a stab at the Colorless Queen myself. I have cleared the event. I'm just lacking a little bit of DPS, as you can see. I want to try Garland. I'm trying Garland out, but the fact that I have him stuck at 2 out of 3 and I don't have his armor realized just yet, because I got a little too book happy. With all those factored in, his DPS is a little lower than what it could be. So I really want to get him out of 3 out of 3. Oh, and real quick, I forgot to mention, if you are aiming to build up Garland, and you really want to build him up, obviously you want to get him 3 out of 3, because that last skill is really good. But you can settle for 2 out of 3 and possibly save your ingots for another character. You really just want the stat benefits and the damage boost that he's going to be getting. While the third ability out of his 3 out of 3 is really, really nice, you can do away with it just for the time being if you are low on ingots, or if you want to save your ingots for other characters. 2 out of 3 is where I would say is the best to stop. I'm obviously just going to max it out because, I love him. And he will be maxed out this weekend when we get the Leviathan Chaos, where I can get the last 5 nuggets that I need to get to get another ingot. as well as getting more pages and stuff, yada yada yada, so on and so forth. But yeah, I will have him maxed out and built up. But 2 out of 3 is a great place to stop for him. So yeah, about the fan chaos as well, I will be doing probably a chaos catch up relatively soon, probably past the weekend, after I get Garland built up and everything. I don't know, like the way that the game is right now, we've seen so many runs of the same characters being used over and over again. I really want to have Garland in my videos. I really want to show off what Garland can do. So I think I'm going to wait until I can get him maxed out, or at least his EX purple and his armor at least plussed up 1 out of 3. Just so we can show them off, we can have different, so I can run a different team comp than what everyone else has been doing. But it's understandable, Chaos has that effect. Chaos will be doing that, and it's rightfully so. Meta is all we have right now, because meta is the only thing that can clear these events. So, it is what it is. I'm going to get Garland built up first before we start tackling some Chaoses on the channel and everything. So we'll be doing a Chaos catch-up at some point after the weekend. But yeah, that'll do it, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Leviathan is coming this Sunday, so get your grind on and get that ready. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Thanks for watching.